Welcome to my channel, First to Strike. Today we're diving into Jet Li's standout role in the 2003 Warner Bros. Action thriller Cradle to The Grave. This movie is a high-octane blast from the early 2000s, think pure adrenaline with Hong Kong kung fu precision crashing into gritty hip-hop street energy, over-the-top heists, and underground brawls that feel like a music video on steroids. Directed by Andrzej Bartkowiak, the same guy who gave us Romeo Must Die and Exit Wounds, and produced by action legend Joel Silver, it was made on a $25 million budget and hit #1 at the North American box office its opening weekend, pulling in $16.5 million right out of the gate before wrapping up over $56 million worldwide. Critics weren't fans. Rotten Tomatoes sits at just 27%, calling it formulaic and dumb, but audiences loved the raw thrills, DMX's magnetic presence, and Jet Li's razor-sharp fight scenes. In fact, it's become a cult favorite over the years, especially among fans who grew up on that Y2K era action vibe. Here's a cool bit of trivia. Real UFC champions Tito Ortiz, Randy Couture, and Chuck Liddell all show up in the cage. Fight sequence producer Joel Silver pulled strings to bring in legit MMA fighters for authenticity. And Jet Li? At 5'6" and in peak form, he spends most of the movie fighting one-handed, handcuffed, as part of the plot, which makes his speed, efficiency, and power even more impressive. He's taking down giants with pure technique. No wires or heavy CGI needed. Jet Li even turned down bigger offers, like spots in the Matrix sequels, to focus on films that let him showcase authentic martial arts. In Hollywood, he was already a huge deal by this point. After breaking through with Lethal Weapon 4 and Romeo Must Die, he became one of the most bankable Asian action stars of the 2000s, drawing massive crowds and proving that Eastern martial arts could headline big studio films without losing their edge. The plot sets up a classic unlikely team-up. DMX plays Anthony Fate, a slick jewel thief with a loyal crew, think rap video energy, who pulls off a big score stealing a stash of rare black diamonds. But these aren't ordinary gems. They're radioactive and could be turned into weapons of mass destruction. Jet Li steps in as Su, a stoic Taiwanese intelligence agent on a mission to recover them for his government. Su's the ultimate silent professional, few words, intense focus, always calculating. When Fate's young daughter gets kidnapped by the ruthless villain Yao Ling Mark Dacascos, bringing serious martial arts menace, Fate has no choice but to team up with the guy who was chasing him. What really elevates this film is its cultural snapshot of early 2000s Hollywood. After Rush Hour proved massive crossovers could work, studios leaned hard into blending urban hip-hop culture with Eastern martial arts. DMX delivers that raw street cred. His soundtrack, especially the anthem X Gon Give It to Ya, blasts through every chase and fight, turning the movie into a vibe. Jet Li, meanwhile, anchors it with clean, no-nonsense kung fu straight from his Hong Kong classics. In my view, this wasn't just a gimmick. It reflected real cultural bridges, the shared outsider status of Black and Asian communities in American pop culture, and how both genres, hip-hop and kung fu, found massive overlap in audiences. Films like this open doors for more multicultural action. Without them, we might not have the diverse ensembles in The Expendables, or the global flair in later hits like John Wick. It also helped cement Jet Li's Hollywood popularity. He was a global icon by the mid-2000s, inspiring a generation of fans and proving Asian martial artists could carry major studio releases with authentic style. The action is non-stop and highlights Jet Li's genius. The underground cage fight is the standout. Su crashes a brutal fight club for intel, gets thrown into the ring against real MMA pros, and dismantles them with effortless flips, joint locks, and spinning kicks. He dodges Tito Ortiz's haymakers, reverses Randy Couture's takedown, and drops Chuck Liddell with a brutal back kick, no slow-mo, just raw impact. Choreographer Corey Yuen, a Jet Li veteran from Once Upon a Time in China, keeps it grounded and brutal. Fun behind-the-scenes note. Those UFC guys trained with Jet Li, he taught them wushu basics, they showed him grappling, and the finale? Fans voted on Jet Li's website for who he'd fight next. Mark Dacascos won, leading to that epic Ring of Fire duel where Sue finally unleashes both hands. That scene has influenced how Eastern precision versus Western power gets portrayed in modern action. From a legacy angle, Cradle to the Grave is a key part of Jet Li's Warner Brothers run. Romeo Must Die, this, and The One, bridging his Hong Kong superstar era to global fame. It carries the fast-paced, multicultural spirit of 80 seconds, 90 seconds Hong Kong action, John Woo's Gun Fu meets Tsui Hark's spectacle, but remixes it with hip-hop swagger and comic relief from guys like Tom Arnold and Anthony Anderson. It helped shape ensemble action flicks. Stallone credited Jet Li's style for The Expendables, and the one-handed constraint echoes creative limits in later movies like Atomic Blonde. Personally, I think it's underrated, sure. The Radioactive Diamonds plot is silly, and the script's thin, but the fights hit hard, the humor lands, and it's unapologetic fun. Jet Li's stoic hero shines here. Not just a fighter, but a symbol of quiet strength and cross-cultural teamwork. The movie keeps the pace flying. Nightclub chaos with champagne bottles as weapons and jacuzzis turning into battlegrounds. Wild motorcycle chases through LA that feel like early Fast and Furious prototypes, and a gadget-filled kidnapping rescue. Gabrielle Union brings real fire as Daja, Fate's tough partner, adding some needed balance to the testosterone-heavy crew. DMX improvises a ton of lines, bringing authentic rapper energy, while Jet Li's quiet intensity keeps everything grounded. Bartkowiak shot in real locations for that gritty feel, and Jet Li did his own stunts, even pushing through an ankle injury mid-chase. Culturally, this film was spot on for its time. Hip-hop was exploding mainstream, and pairing it with Kung Fu was a smart way to pull in diverse crowds. Its ripple effects show up in video games, Fight for NY, modern blockbusters, Bullet Train with its odd couple action, and even today's global action scene. For Jet Li, this was huge. He went from Hong Kong legend to Hollywood powerhouse, showing studios Asian talent could lead without stereotypes and influencing the whole genre's East-West fusion. In the end, Cradle to the Grave isn't high art, but it's a thrilling reminder of why we love action movies. Killer choreography, big energy, and heroes who get the job done. Jet Li owns it, proving he's the master of efficient, no-frills violence. Thanks for watching. If this brought back some nostalgia or got you hyped for more Jet Li, smash subscribe and turn on notifications. Drop in the comments. What's your favorite Jet Li fight? Or which 2000s action flick should I cover next? Catch you next time.